Hello, mortals. How are you doing today? Today I'm recording super late because I've just had to force myself to, record because I haven't done it for a while. Planned on doing it today, didn't do it. Decided I'm doing it before I go to bed. Also, I need to turn off my heater before I cook in my room. 1 second. There we go. Nope, and now my dog wants out of my room. Of course, once I hit record. There we are. My roommate is not here today. But my friend online came to our house due to complications, and they came with their mom, and their mom is right next door, so I want to make sure I have my door closed so not as much sound is escaping my room. Oh, but why are you recording so late with someone next to you? Because they're also still awake at this time. Probably not for long, but we'll see. Still probably a dick move to do this, but I really need to record. Pretty much today, all I wanted to talk about was like mechanics, tropes, and whatnot that I enjoy in things. Like for instance, I enjoy the OP character, not because I like the fantasy of an OP character, but because it allows you to have it allows people to do the thing of having a complicated combat driven narrative without actually having to deal with the combat itself, which yes, there are other ways to get around that, but an overpowered main character is a good way to just say fuck it while still having it in the story. I don't think it's the best decision, but it's one that I do enjoy because it also allows me to see the magic system a little bit more. But for the most part, honestly, it's like it's just the way I feel about it. It's nothing really special, honestly. And as I've already said, definitely better ways to do it, but I just enjoy seeing it, especially when the main character doesn't realize how broken they are. It's adorable because they're 9 times out of 10 they're like, I'm so bad, I wish I could help my friends more, and their friends are like, oh thank god we don't have to worry about it, MC's here. Whew, that was a close one. Although, with one of my main things that I do enjoy is just character work in general. Like, I do not like stories being told with combat. For the most part, I love fight scenes, but I don't care for the story being told with a fight scene. Pretty much. I prefer when characters are actually, like, interacting, having a dialogue with each other is what I prefer, personally. And that's mainly because when I'm watching a fight, I don't want to think about it. I want to shut my brain off and enjoy it, and just have some nice flow with my entertainment. Of course, that doesn't mean that having a fight that tells a story or a narrative isn't a good thing. Like Dragon Ball, basically every fight in Dragon Ball Z is made to tell a story or a narrative or just situation and all that. It's enjoyable, but honestly, I do not watch DBZ for that. There are people that do. I do not. I watch DBZ because I love the fights. Honestly, some really good choreographed in that shit. I think I can curse now. I don't know the rules for cursing anymore. I don't even know if it's still the same. I don't even know if I cursed earlier. Did I curse earlier? I think I said dick? I don't know. Does that count as a curse word? Whatever. But yeah, overpowered characters and not fighting through storytelling, or not telling a story through fighting. Blah 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 blah. It's one that does do that, but is also like, it's kind of bad at it, I think. It's Bleach. Like, the Bleach fights are good, but I feel like they don't really tell a story with their fights, or a narrative, or how the characters compare with each other. It's more of just like, cool fight is cool, so fight. I could be wrong about that. I might not be seeing it the way it's supposed to be seen, but that's what I get from it. I'm not so sure about Naruto. I know One Piece does it a lot. One Piece does so much character work with their fights. It's ridiculous. Honestly, at some point I need to actually watch One Piece instead of just seeing clips and whatnot and getting information from other people's comments and things. It's a show that deserves my attention. But I'm also not ready for that commitment, because Lord have mercy, I still need to finish what is that show called? Demon Classroom, or I don't remember. I'm struggling so bad to remember what it's called. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. That one. I need to finish that. I got to season 3 and it just kind of dropped off. Not because it's bad, not because I didn't like what was happening. I just didn't feel like watching the show anymore at that point. I need to get back to it. I need to finish season 3 before season 4 comes out. If season 4 comes out at this point, because apparently Crunchyroll's in some fucking hot water. We'll see how that goes. Crunchyroll, please stop making bad decisions. I like being able to pay for my anime. It makes me feel cultured. Even though it's not how that works, yeah. Honestly, I'm an idiot for paying for anime, but whatever. It is what it is. Also, there's this fucking... I bought this new whiskey to try. It was spicy pickle whiskey. And I was like, oh, that sounds dope. When I was pouring it, I could smell the spicy pickle. And I was like, oh, that smells really good. The taste is just cheap whiskey. And that's so disappointing, honestly. It might be better as like a cold sip drink, but just having it as my overly large shot glass that's definitely not a candle holder does not work so well, unfortunately. At least it goes down smooth, but that taste is harsh. Another thing that I like, I guess this is one isn't with shows, but I love monster capturing, monster taming games. I wish there was way more of those. I know there's a good amount out there. I've seen quite a bit now, but I wish there was just more, if you know what I mean. Kind of like how we're in like the renaissance of like cozy games. There are so many cozy games, we're never going to be able to play them all, but God, I wish I could. I really wish I could play all the cozy games that's been coming out the last 4 years. Oh my God, they all look so fun and chill. And unfortunately, I have things to do and can't just play cozy games. I'm unfortunately not entertaining to play a game. I've done it before, it's on my channel. I'm not fun to watch. Maybe as I get better, maybe I could do it later, but for now, not really. And hell, I can barely even do a fucking podcast. And that's just talking about whatever comes to my head, and my dumbass can't even do that very well. But it is what it is. I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Whatever, so my friend and I, who moved here and is here right now, we were talking earlier about D&D and whatnot, and one of the things she brought up was how oh my God, what did she say? It was how so many people nowadays really are spoiled with tabletop games because of how accessible D&D is. Like, there's a wiki, there's so many plugins, there's Roll20, there's so many accessibility things for new players for D&D that there are a lot of people that literally will bitch and whine and complain that these indie projects that are made by like 2 to 5 people don't have all these accessibility things that D&D has. And they're like, dude, this is a passion project that none of us are getting paid for. What the fuck are you expecting? And it's so ridiculous, dude. The amount of entitlement in some people is redonkulous. They always want the highest tier of quality without realizing that's a rarity, not the rule. And I guess that's also with the gaming sphere too. The amount of people that expect every single game to come out have either, oh my god, belly, stop burping. The amount of gamers that want to come out with the fucking budgets of every single AAA game and get salty at indie projects that, once again, people aren't really getting paid for until the game comes out. There's like, how dare this not have realistic graphics? Why is it pixel? Why is it a side scroller? This should be 3D. This should be an open world. And despite that not being the game that the creator wanted to make in the first place, why the fuck do so many gamers want the exact same shit? They just want the same gameplay reskinned, but also to look exactly the same. And I'm like, why? Have some variety in your diet. Have some carrots with your beef steak, motherfucker. Oh, who am I kidding? The indie games are the beef steak. AAA games are not. I mean, that's not fair. There are good AAA games, obviously. I don't think I've played any recently. Mainly just due to the fact that none of them have been appealing to me personally. Like, I don't think that they're bad, but they're not really appealing to me. Like, I am from AA games and down, pretty much what I've been playing the past couple of years. Just because AAA games have not been making what I really feel like. There has to be a lie. I have had to have played a AAA game recently. I had to have, right? Oh my god, I can't remember what I've been playing recently. Good lord. Whatever, it's gotta be something. The new Zelda game. That has to be a AAA, right? That's a AAA, right? Yeah, it has to be a AAA. Even though it kind of feels like a AA. It still was a really fun game, though. That game was so fun. I still need to beat it. I gotta just once again, I just dropped off, not because I didn't want to play anymore. It's because I didn't want to play anymore, not for any particular reason. The gameplay is fun. I was enjoying the story. I wanted to see more, but I just kind of went, I'm done with this. And I hate that I do that so often. So, recently, and by recently I mean since the new year started, I've been playing Power Whirl, and I have not gotten to Fade Break yet. I started a new save because I wanted to start from the ground up with 2 expansions that happened. And good lord, playing that game by myself takes so fucking long. I've been fiddling with the settings and whatnot. I think I have 8 times experience at this point, so I can crank it out. But even then, it's still taking so long to get to those higher numbers. I'm thinking like at level 53 or something like that right now. I got a long way to go. I might increase that experience gain, honestly. Also, there's that part of me that still like tries to balance myself out, even though I'm playing very relaxed Power World. Which is, I don't mess with the damage numbers at all. The only thing I really mess with is weight and hunger, pretty much. And obviously experience. And capture rate, too, because fuck throwing 40 balls and failing on 20% 40 times. That's honestly another game that I really like the capturing of, because I love capture games, I love taming games. And while a lot of the pals are just rip-offs, especially the original batch, there are a lot of really good pals that are just so cute or cool. Honestly, mainly cute. Like, every time I play that game, I will always have a Lunaris with me. I think her name is Lunaris. It's the android robot looking one with the giant pigtails that had a weird goth outfit mod thing. It's probably my favorite pal at the moment. With the not Lilligant right behind it. I love that one too. It's so cute, but I can never remember its goddamn name because I'm really bad with names. Yeah, I have sidetracked so hard. I don't even know what the hell this one is going to be called. It's honestly kind of going to be mindless ramblings at this point. I've scatterbrained on so many different things. I started out with mechanics. I started out with tropes, went to game mechanics, talked about D&D, and now talking about Power World. I don't know what I'm doing with this episode. Whatever, I guess. Oh my god. Sorry, I was staring at my Meow Meow stuff from AFMAO on my desk, and I just remembered season 7 of My Street's coming out this year. Cannot wait. Can't wait for My Street. Do 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 do. I don't know what I'm singing. I'm just happy. I'm so happy. I can't wait for My Street. My Street is my favorite. I think I've brought this up in a previous episode, but My Street is my favorite show that I cannot recommend to anyone, because if someone was to watch My Street, they would have to watch the first 2 seasons, and just the way the first 2 seasons are done, more like or primarily season 1, the way that it's done, like a gameplay thing, a walkthrough, makes it so hard to recommend to anyone. I understand why she hasn't, but I want Jessica to redo season 1 just so I can actually recommend it to people. Although the quality dropped from the remake of season 1 to just season 2, which I think is possibly the worst season, not because it's bad, but it's just not as good as all the other ones. Would be a whiplash. Also, Phoenix Drop High. Phoenix Drop High. Oh my god. Dude, Phoenix Drop is when it became My Street became my favorite show, which Phoenix Drop is the prequel of when AFMAO and the gang are in high school. But that unironically has saved my life, because when I first started watching My Street in my mid-20s, I was in a really dark place. And watching it just kind of brought me out of that funk. Like, it wasn't just like and then I was out, but without realizing it, watching the entire series, I realized I wasn't as deep in the hole as I was before I started watching it. And that show, My Street, will always hold a special place in my heart because of that. And honestly, I don't know if it's ever going to be beaten because of what it's done for me, honestly. I cannot thank Jessica enough for making that series, and I truly appreciate what it's done for me. How did I get to this? The ADHD is strong tonight. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about now, because now I'm just thinking about My Street, how I enjoy the characters, how I enjoyed the character writing. There's some spots where it's kind of there's some parts where the story's kind of but I mean, oh God, you gotta love My Street, especially season 4. Oh, season 4 is what made me. It's ironic. Season 4 is what made me want to start watching My Street to begin with, because the music video for the season, I found that after watching some playthroughs and whatnot that Jessica did of other games, and then I just happened to come across that, and I just went, I want to know where this is from. And it took me a while to find it, but I eventually figured out it was from My Street. And I was so confused watching season 1, let me tell you. But once it gets started, oh, it's so good. It's so good. So good. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's such a cute story. It's so romantic. It's so lovable. I love it. It's also so fucking depressing. I think, I don't remember what it's called. Her first series that she did is more depressing. The medieval one. That one, I want to rewatch that one too, but I can't remember the name of it. I'll be able to find it eventually. But that one's also really good, but I definitely prefer My Street over it. Because, yeah. I didn't even start watching that one until after I was all caught up with My Street. Which... when I finally started watching My Street, they were actually finishing off season 6. They only had like 5 or so many episodes left, and I was so fucking mad. I was like, how did I do this? How did I manage to start watching this series while it wasn't done with the latest season it was on? And at that point, it wasn't doing a weekly release thing. They were releasing the episodes whenever they were done, pretty much. And, oh man. It's so hard to watch season 6 of My Street because of how fucked it gets. Like, season 4 also gets fucked, but season 6 is so fucked, dude. Hey, goddamn, it makes me so sad. It makes it so hard to watch. Not because it's bad, it's just, it's such a whiplash of the rest of the series. And you already get one whiplash with 4, and then it becomes again in fucking 7, or 6. Still love it, though. Still love it. You know what? This isn't the longest episode, but I think I will call it there. Because I just wanted to get this out here. I just wanted to record again. I need to get out of my depression winter funk, because seasonal depression for me hits really goddamn hard. While before, I wasn't recording because I just fell out of the mood of wanting to do work. Once December hit, I was just not feeling worthy to do anything. And it was so hard to even record the last episode. And then after that, I just couldn't record. And I just forced myself to record today. I just needed to do something. And I'm glad I did something. Even if it wasn't the longest, it was definitely not the most coherent episode I've ever done, that's for sure. But I'm glad I got something out here. And if you are glad that you listened to this episode, please leave a like. And if you would like to see more content, please subscribe. I hope you have a very lovely day. Goodbye.